So, BBC Director General Tony Hall has apologised and said a mistake was made after a news report containing a racial slur was broadcast last month.
Yeah.
So more than 18,000 people complained after the N-word was used in full in a report about a racially aggravated attack in Bristol. BBC defends the use of the N-word on air in news report after outcry.
I knew it was wrong either way, whether it was ignorance, whether it was deliberate, whatever caused them to use that word and say it out loud, no matter what the reason. I knew, obviously, it's not acceptable.
The BBC has now responded to the complaint, saying it listened to what people have said about the use of the word in an important piece of journalism about a shocking incident. It said it accepted it had caused offence, but that it wanted people to understand why the decision was made to air the word, adding that it would never want our reporting to become the focus of such an important story. We would never want how we report something to take the focus away from what we're reporting. We think that what we're talking about is far more important and far more of a focus point than how we did it. Yeah.
Okay.
Deflection.
Okay. Wow, yeah. I'm shocked.
Shocked.
Hella shocked. Okay, what I really thought they were going to say was the reason why we used the word was to let people know the severity or to highlight the racism or the this or the that. They haven't even used that as an excuse. Have the family spoken on this?
I haven't seen anything from the family. If the family's out there not saying anything because they've seen the backlash that the BBC have used, then I think the family have a duty
to speak
up and say we wanted it to be said.
This is why, because I think I saw a comment on Insta saying that the people that were in the situation apparently wanted it to be said, and like you said, that changed everything. And this is why I didn't just want to jump into this like, oh, why did they say that? No. I know, like I said earlier, there could have been multiple reasons why, even though still not acceptable regardless. There could have been multiple reasons why. And if there was going to be a reason, the most acceptable reason is that the family themselves have requested that. You get me? I would love to see if they've spoken out since the backlash with BBC.
And you know what? Yeah, I want to see that. And also, I want for this to be clarified more specifically, because this article here says the family have given them the blessing effectively to use the word. But I don't know if BBC are being totally honest in that they have been given the go-ahead to have a white reporter say the word in its entirety on air. Because me telling you, I want the public to say to know what they called my son, is different from me saying, when you report this, make sure you say that word. I want people to hear. Do you know what I mean?
I do know exactly what you mean still.
So if the family have gone, now make sure that you let people know that a racial slur was yelled at him. And then BBC have twisted that or interpreted that as, he wants you to say that. They want us to say the N-word online, on air. Like, that's different.
I get you.
So I actually want to know. I want to know whether BBC was taking the and took a family's instructions hella literally. And have gone too far. Because if they've gone too far and all the family wanted you to do was say that the N-word was used so that people out there can understand that this was a racially motivated attack. Because if I'm the family, that's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, tell them that they called my son the N-word. Because I want you to know that this wasn't just a random coincidental hit and run because I didn't like the look of that guy walking over there, so I chose to lick him down with the car. I don't want people to think that this is all about some thuggery. This was a racist attack, and I need people to know how we know. And then BBC have took it upon themselves to actually spell out the word online.
Whether they misunderstood how it was meant to say it or not, why did you feel so comfortable? Are there no black news presenters or
could have covered the story instead?
Like, I don't know if that's something that would have gone against them as well.
Do you think that
because
would have
they
been
probably
better?
would have. I don't know. That's the first thought that I've thought of. Like, if you are going to say that, is it better for a black person to say that, or would you have got nearly as much flack because it's still not meant to be said? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's no sensitivity. We both know, and other people know, that they could have said the N word. Do you get what I'm saying to you?
This was the second
After
time.
all of those complaints, they've used it for this
Lucy
now.
thought it was a good idea to drop the N-bomb again.
So what's the excuse for that, really?
Why?
Because you said that the family told you. You know. Do you know what I mean?
We cracked it, Trevor. We cracked it.
Fool, you know.
Explain that, because if you're hiding behind the family for the first instance, what are you hiding behind this time, BBC? Okay, so now let's get into more current present day. So we've gone back in time now. We've discussed the two uses of the N-word. Now, what recently then transpired is Sideman, Brum's very own, decided that he can't accept it. He can't accept the tomfoolery of the BBC.
Especially twice. He did it after the second one.
He just decided, nah.
And maybe he knows more than we know.
Well, he
because
works.
he's on the inside.
He's decided, nah, I can't look the other way. Was his quote, I think.
I rate it. I love how he spoke on everything that we needed to hear.
Yeah.
He addressed everything that he needed to address. He gave his reasoning and done. I rate that highly still.
I do as well.
Because he just think he's missing out on money, future opportunities. I know he'll get other opportunities easy, but he's done this.
He's dashed the bag.
Sacrificing himself, basically.
Yeah. He said, this is more important than a paycheck.
I love how he was so well spoken with it as well.
Yeah.
So that there's no misunderstanding of what he's saying. It was very clear, very concise.
No anger.
Yes.
He could have.
Calm flex.
Yeah. I like it. I like it. And a lot of people have shown support to him from inside the industry, whether it be in music, personality, an artist, someone in media also, people who own their own podcasts, YouTube channels. Everyone is kind of stood in solidarity with him to be like my brother kind of thing, and just to be like yes. But it has made me wonder, do you think that this is going to encourage more people to sacrifice the bag? Sideman has done what many people would love to do when something like this happens, but many people are too afraid to do. Some people aren't built like that. Some people really have it in them to be a Sideman, be a Colin Kaepernick in a situation where there's been a complete injustice. I'm going to put my well-being on the line to say no. I don't accept it.
I don't support that. I don't rate it.
And then there's other people who just ain't built like that. I don't want to say anything bad about the people who ain't built like that, because I don't even know if I'd be built like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like if we're talking about my health, well-being, the security of my home, family, like, am I going to be the one that stands up and says, nah, this? Yeah. I don't give a shit about the bag, the money. This is wrong and I'm leaving. I don't know. I think we'd all like to think that we would, but in the situation when
it can be a different story,
and I understand why he's done it, and he says it in the video. The unapologetic attitude afterwards,
it was
what
rude.
The problem is, you've done it now. Now what? That was your opportunity, BBC, to hold your hands up and say, yeah, that was bad form, that was poor taste. We shouldn't have done that. We know better.
And not do it again.
And like, but it was the audacity, like it was the rankness, the feistiness, the whateverness of just being like, yeah, we said it, but the family said we could, so
deal with it.
We know we knew it would offend bare people, but you know, it, they said we could, so you know what it was almost like? Can we really can we get honest now?
Go on.
I don't know what it is, but there are a lot of non-black people that really want to be able to say the word.
Beg to say the
Like,
word, blood.
really want to be able to say the N-word freely. So it's almost like there's a little bit of that with this BBC thing.
Yeah.
We've been given the green light by the family, and because the family's black, that is the card, the get out of jail free card we then use after we say it. The family said, we want you to let people know what our son was called. Anyone who's anyone knows that doesn't mean say the word. It means say that a word was used that's derogatory.
Yeah.
And it was the N-word, guys. We all know what the N-word is. That's what you were supposed to do, but you saw this as an opportunity and you said the whole word.
No, do you know what? They're out of order, you know.
The decision to use the racist language in full, according to the statement on the complaints website for BBC, was because his family wanted it to be seen and understood by the wider public. Now, tell me if you're not seeing an opportunist at work here. The family said they want people to understand what he'd gone through, and they wanted they wanted everyone to understand this was racially motivated. That does not translate to we get to use the N-word. That's not what that meant.
I couldn't wait, you know.
I was gonna slap you so hard then. Opportunist. That's an opportunist. You've heard something and you've run with it and converted that into I get to say the N-word. Let's really drive this point home, guys. I know we don't get to use this. I know we don't get to use this word very often, but I think this is the one. This is the one where we actually get to exercise it. The family have said they really want people to feel and understand what young K-Dog has been through. The response, more than 18,000 complaints in a matter of days, makes it clear many people thought this was not just wrong, but insulting and deeply distressing. When Radio 1 Extra sideman resigned, saying the BBC sanctioning the N-word being broadcast on national television by a white person is something I cannot rock with, he was echoing the view of a large part of the audience and also many within the BBC. Broadcasting a racial slur on the news was, they now accept, a mistake. But this is about more than just one highly offensive word. As today's statement says, the BBC is at the moment having to listen and also learn when it comes to race.
Dead. The deadest thing on road. I feel like if I say sorry after somebody told me to, it don't mean
sorry's dead, innit?
Yeah, and we know that you're not even apologising because people are upset and because you know that what you have done is wrong. You're apologising because of the effects it's going to have on the company, in my personal opinion. There was just no point. They might as well carried on going with their chest, trying to justify it. I feel like we're getting taken for idiots, blood. What kind of dead thing? Nah, blood. We're getting mugged off in front of our face and they're saying there ain't you can do about it. And then they still want to charge people for TV licence and that and rare tear. Not accepted. I don't even see that as an apology.
Well, I think that's more important here. It's not that your apology is not accepted. It's that we don't recognise that as an apology. Kudos to Sideman. Because I don't even think we would have gotten that had he not done what he did. We wouldn't have, even though we know the apology is dead, we wouldn't have even got that out of them. Do better. News, TV broadcasting channels, please. Do better, because you knew that was wrong. And I'm sorry, you felt like you got a little bit of a pass, but from the family, and you abused it. You really did. I think that's what happened here.